Hi everybody, I am standing in front of our display from Maison Berger. Some of you know it as Lampe Berger, some of you know it as Lampe Berger if you've been in our store. But for the longest time, I have been wanting to put together a little tutorial video that will show you how to use your Lampe Berger. Now is a perfect time to be thinking about this because with the state of affairs here in Illinois, we're all starting to move inside again, and we know that Lampe Berger proved to be a real godsend in terms of keeping your environment fresh and clean. As I tell everybody, it isn't going to break down the coronavirus. I wish it would. What it will do, though, is get rid of other germs and bacteria that are accountable for stale and bad smelling air. It'll break that down, get that out of the air, and put a beautiful fragrance in its place. So that's my nutshell view of what is a Lampe Berger. It's a air purifying and fragrancing system. It's been around for over 100 years in continuous production and was actually invented by a chemist to utilize in hospital environments in order to break down those smells and odors. It's fascinating that they still use the Lampe Berger product in many hospitals in Northern Europe today. With that history lesson, I'm going to have you come with me and we're going to walk over so that I can actually show you how we use a Lampe Berger. Come with me. Don't trip. You can stop and look at the pretty things we have. But here we are. So I'm going to take you through what we call Lamp University. Anytime one of these is sold, we try to take it as a walkthrough of how to use it, okay? Every Lampe Berger actually comes with a great instruction manual inside the box, but we're going to show you a couple of little tricks that we like to use so that you'll get the best possible efficiency out of your Lampe Berger. Lampe Berger would really like you to buy a lot of fuel, and we would like you to really enjoy the product, use it in a respectable kind of economic use so that you don't go through fuel too fast. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cheat this for a second. I'm pulling out the wick because I always want to show you this is a fundamental thing where we differ from the instruction book. Lampe Berger will tell you that you want to fill your lamp anywhere from half to even 2/3 full. We take an approach that says use your funnel, fuel is expensive, but when you pour your fuel in, we want to say no more than 2 fingers worth, okay? 2 fingers worth is because this way, if you were to forget to cap off your Lampe Berger after enjoying it in the morning or at night, Lampe Berger will continue to go as long as there's fuel in the bottle. The more fuel you have in there, should you forget, the more fuel you will go through. By only using about 2 fingers worth or even 1.5, you won't have to worry about how fast your fuel is going because of the fact that it'll put itself out with half of what the Lampe Berger folks are telling you to use. So you've poured your fuel in, tap, tap, tap. The next thing is, this is what we call the wick. It's a cotton cord. This is the scientific part. You'll see I'm holding it by the edge as opposed to the ceramic stone. You're going to just put it in and rest it on top. Now, I've cheated this a little bit in the interest of time. Normally, what you would be doing is after putting this in, you would put this over the top, just like that, and go do something for about an hour. What you're doing then is allowing the fuel to soak up the cord and absorb up into this ceramic stone. Like I say, it's like a cooking show. I cheated and had this preset. So at the point that that stone is saturated with fuel, okay, it's a darker gray. That's how you know that it's ready. Also, next thing, we always try to warn you when you light it, okay, when you go to light it, Don't be startled if you get a very tall flame. There we go, okay? It's kind of like I tell folks, if you remember your high school chemistry class, it's a Bunsen burner. The fuel you're using is alcohol-based, not oil-based. This is why we get this giant flame. And this guy's really enjoying it. What the flame is doing is it's burning off the excess of the fuel that's been absorbed into the ceramic stone, but it's also heating that element adequately that when, after just a minute or a minute and a half, when we blow out that flame, it will still continue to heat the element on top, which is where that catalytic process of breaking down germs and bacteria is taking place. So we're just going to let this thing go a little bit longer, but you can probably tell that the flame is at this point coming down a bit on its own. So after a minute and a half, when you start to see that that flame is coming down, the next thing you're going to do is we're going to blow out the flame. And I say blow out because you don't want to use like a candle snuffer, because that defeats the purpose by cutting off its oxygen supply. So now look how nice and tame that is, okay? I just blew germs all over my husband, the cameraman, okay? You've blown it out. This open lid is going to go over it. And if you're seeing a little bit of almost like a steam coming off of it, just know that is part of the normal behavior when a Lampe Berger has been used a lot, and ours gets used a lot. You can tell that little bit of vapor is gone, and this is now ready, just as it is, to be placed into a central spot in your home so that it can do that purification and air fragrancing that we talked about. Once again, think of it going into a central location in your home and not, say, the guest bathroom, because if you do that, you will asphyxiate your poor guests, because it is too much fragrance for a small space. Think of it this way. If you put it in a central location, this little bottle, as it is right now, is going to take 70% of the impurities out of 1,000 square feet, okay? So 70% out of 1,000 square feet. So you take it, you find that wonderful spot, be it on a coffee table, a peninsula, the island in your kitchen, the handrail going up to the second floor, and you're just going to place it there. And I like to always say, keep this little closed cap and think about this as always being a unit that moves together. Why? Well, because when you are done with that time period of enjoying the fragrance and purifying your air, you're going to lift this covered piece off. Now, it can be very hot, so sometimes people like to use a mitt, but it doesn't bother my hands. You're going to lift this off, and then you're going to take the closed cap, you're going to place it over the top. That cuts off the oxygen supply. Put this over it and go put it in a safe place until the next time you feel that you want to freshen up the air. When you do this, that open system, you only need to let it run for 20 to 30 minutes. And in that 20 to 30 minutes, it will do that 70% purification of 1,000 square feet. Sometimes we have clients who just love the fragrance so much that they'll let it go and go. That's a personal preference, but the prescribed use is that 20 to 30 minutes. I hope this has been helpful. I hope that if you have any questions, you'll give us a call. You can always call us at 847-383-5912. Ask us anything. We can talk you through anything. Also, you can always email us, whatever it works for you, and we'll get an answer to you right away. I hope this has been helpful, and we'll look forward to helping you with any of your Lampe Berger needs going forward. Be safe, stay well. Bye.